Welcome back to the Gentleman's Gazette. In today's video, we discuss why you should switch to a double-edged safety razor. Technology has changed our lives radically in the last century, mostly for the better. However, in terms of shaving, that's not the case. Today's dominant shaving method, the Cartridge razor, is not at the top because it's the best method, but simply because it makes the most money for the manufacturers. With aggressive marketing, brands like Gillette or the Dollar Shave Club have taught men that the Cartridge razor with more blades is the way to go. In reality, the best shavers for men are decades old and sometimes predate sliced bread. So what I'm talking about? The straight razor, the single blade razor, and of course the double-edged safety razor. So why should you switch from a cartridge system to a DE razor? First of all, it's cost. Over the course of a year or even 10 years, you spend probably 10 times as much in a cartridge system than you would on a double-edged system. Now, the big difference with the cartridge systems and a DE razor is that you get the handle for the cartridge razors for free, but you'll pay anywhere from $1 to $4 for each cartridge. And if you're like me, they just last once or twice, especially if you have thick hair, and otherwise it's painful to shave. On the other hand, with a double-edged razor, you have to invest $50 or maybe even $100 up front to get all the tools you need, but then you'll only pay pennies for each blade thereafter. The second reason you switch to the DE razor is that you get a much closer shave. If you want a buttery smooth, baby butt-like shave, you need a sharp blade. On top of that, a sharp blade really helps to avoid any kinds of razor bumps and skin conditions that you get with blades that are too dull. How can you tell a blade is too dull? Well, if it pulls at any point in time when you shave, that means the blade isn't sharp enough. Now, every man has different hair. Some is coarse and thick, others are soft, and with a DE razor, you can pick exactly the right blade for your hair and your skin type. On top of that, you can change the handles and the heads, and that angle makes it more or less aggressive, and you can find the right combination that works just for your face. On the other hand, with a cartridge system like Dollar Shave Club, Gillette Mach 3 or Fusion, it's just one size fits it all, but it truly doesn't fit anyone. The third reason people choose double-edged safety razors is because they get less irritation. Yes, you have to invest in high-fat shave creams, but with a cartridge razor, they don't really work because they clog up the multitude of blades. Now with a DE razor, you have full control of your blades, and they're so inexpensive that you can afford to discard them after each use, even though I don't think you even have to do that. Now let's assume you throw your blade away after each shave. You still produce a whole lot less waste than you would with a cartridge system. So switching to a DE system means no clogged up landfills and a handle that you can use for a lifetime. So obviously these are big pros for a DE system. So what are the cons? Well, as I mentioned, you have a larger upfront investment, and on top of that, you have to learn the right technique. Otherwise, you're more likely to get a nick or a cut. Of course, it also takes longer than, let's say, an electric shave, but the result is also a lot better, and fortunately, you can easily learn the technique. It's really not a big secret. That being said, Rome wasn't built in a day, and you're not going to get your perfect shave the first time you use a DE razor. Frankly, in my mind, the only time I could see you use a cartridge system is when you travel by plane, because the cartridge razors are TSA approved, single blades are not. Personally, I just use an electric shaver when I travel, because I can also use that when I shave with a DE razor. Now, lately, a lot of new single blade shaving systems have popped up, and people who formerly use a cartridge razor seem to be converted. Okay, let's take a look at the single edge razors OneBlade and Supply and how they stack up against DE. First up, I have to say, both are good products, and compared to a cartridge system, they are way better. Which is why if most people switch from a cartridge system to a OneBlade or Supply system, they're blown away because their shave is better and they spend less money. For example, the OneBlade uses a Feather FHS 10 blade, which is thicker than a DE blade and costs about 75 cents a piece. It used to be really expensive to get a handle, and you had to pay anywhere from $300 to $400. Now you can get a starter handle for just 20 bucks. The shave is great, and with the swivel head of the OneBlade, you get an experience that is very close to a cartridge system. It's very easy, but it's much smoother and better at a cost that is lower than a cartridge system, but above that, of a DE system, especially in the long run. Why? Well, a DE blade costs you anywhere from 5 to 10 cents, maybe a little more for a sharper blade, but nowhere near the 75 cents. On a rating system from 0 to 10, with 10 being the best, I'd rate a DE shaving system as a 9, simply because it's not quite a 10, because it takes a little more time and it takes a little bit of technique. A OneBlade system, I would rate it 8, because it's still very good. It's just slightly more expensive than a DE system. So what about the supply razor? It has kind of an injection blade, which is from Schick. It also costs about 75 cents a blade, and there are 3 different angles, so you can adjust how aggressive you want your shave to be. But ultimately, it's also more expensive, even though the handle just costs about 75 bucks, or I think 150 when you get the better ones. So because of that, I'd rate the supply system at an 8 too. What about a system like Bevel? Well, actually, that's a double-edged razor, and the only reason it works so well and doesn't create skin irritation is because they use sharp blades. That's it. Fortunately, you can achieve that with any kind of DE razor. You don't need the Bevel branded products that are more expensive than other options on the market. All right, enough about the why you should shave with a DE razor and how it stacks up against other methods. What do you need to shave with a DE razor? So first of all, you need a razor handle that comes with a head, you need the right blades, and you need a high-fat shaving cream. Don't use those cheap aerosol cans, they won't work. You should also use a post-shave product such as an aftershave or an aftershave balm, simply because they help to soothe your skin. You should also invest in a styptic pencil in case you cut yourself, because it stops the bleeding. Now, if you want to learn about the 9 most common shaving mistakes, please check out this video here. And if you're not sure about what product to choose, we created an over 250-page strong guidebook about shaving that covers all different items, and we tested hundreds of things just to figure out what's best for the money and best for a certain kind of shave type, skin and hair type. In today's video, I'm wearing a combination of a orange salmon colored shirt with a Fair Isle knit vest in brown. I'm combining it with a light beige herringbone tweed jacket and a Prince of Wales check bow tie in burgundy. It's from Fort Belvedere, just like the silk wool pocket square, which picks up these earthy tones of red, brown, green, and yellow. My pants are mid-brown corduroys, and I'm combining them with Fort Belvedere socks in charcoal and orange shadow stripes, which from afar creates a look of something brownish, which goes well with the pants, as well as the olive green derby shoes, but it provides enough contrast and picks up the orange and warmer tones in the other parts of my outfit.